First, before I get started, please, if you're watching me on YouTube, make sure that you follow me and you hit the bell. Okay. I remember when I was new in practice, I'm a chiropractor. I went to school. I was in college for 10 years. By the time I graduated chiropractic school, I was bankrupt in every sense of the word, physically, emotionally, financially. I had no idea, but I knew one thing. I knew that I loved babies and I loved kids, and I wanted to do what I was going to learn through the art of chiropractic with them. I wanted to serve them. I wanted to make it easier for them to come into the world. I wanted to make it easier for them to have a great upbringing. And I knew that I could do that through chiropractic. But I had no idea how. So I knew that general thing about my perfect practice member, and we're talking about perfect practice member all week in the staffless practice community. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to stand on the rooftops in my small little town here in New Jersey and scream to people, I take care of women and babies and pregnancy, and this is who I am, this is what I do, this is how powerful chiropractic is. But of course, I couldn't be that guy who stood on buildings and screamed all over my town. Well, I could, and you know what? I might have even done that before, but I didn't want to build my reputation around that. So what ended up happening is I developed, around the staffless practice circle, we talk about something called a natural practice growth process. It's how we, even just by having a sign and a door and a brick and mortar in our town, our practice is going to grow because we're there, because we have a presence, because we're taking up space. You're going to meet people at the coffee shop. You're going to go to practitioners. They're going to find out that you're a practitioner in town. They're going to refer to you. You're going to frequent the health food store. It's just naturally going to happen to an extent. That's your natural practice growth process. So over the years, I started practice when I was still in my 20s, and I started frequenting the OBGYN and when I got pregnant, the midwives and the doulas, when I needed physicals, the holistic MD in the area. I got to know the health food store owner really well because I was one of his best customers, and I was sending people to his store over and over again. So these relationships naturally started to develop. And if someone had told me in the beginning, and this is why I'm doing this, you guys, if someone had told me in the beginning of my career as a chiropractor, part of this is just going to happen naturally. So you have to sit back and just do your thing, and people are going to become a magnet to you. Please hear me say that to you because that is true. But there's another piece to it that you can push along the way. You can grow that natural practice growth process curve as much as you want. So my perfect practice member is a 30-something mom with the time, energy, and resources to give more and do more for her family. That's my girl, right? And she shops at Lululemon. She's in weekly yoga classes. She researched stuff about keeping her family healthy on Google. She asks Siri questions about how to get to the local places that her friends are meeting for coffee. They try new coffee shops every week. Like, really, I have thought of every detail of this person so that when I'm doing this kind of thing for chiropractic, when I'm live, when I'm marketing, when I'm hanging flyers, when I'm doing all of the things, I've got her in mind. I want to reach her with all of those efforts. So over the years, naturally, these relationships grew. My idea of who my perfect practice member developed because truthfully, it was me 3 years ago at any given point of my trajectory as a chiropractor. So I naturally knew where to go and where to post and where to get involved to reach that person. And here's the thing. If, I'm of the idea that if the opportunities are not there, then you just create them. I've always been of that mindset, right? And my mindset was I need to reach as many pregnant women and babies and families as possible so that I can serve as many people as possible through chiropractic because it was that important to me. Okay. So I created the expos. I created the dinner for healths. I created the networking with intention. I created the holistic moms groups. I created it all in my practice, and I turned my office, my physical space, into a mecca of all things holistic momming because that was my avatar. You guys get it? So if your perfect practice member is a 60-year-old golfer who is coming to you as a physical therapist, if that's your jam, to improve his golf game, best that you spend all of your marketing energy and all of your communication efforts to the community where the golfers are hanging out. If that's your specialty. I have a cousin who is a hand PT. His thing, he is the guy to go to if your hand needs physical therapy. He knows everything about the hand. He's brilliant, okay? His marketing efforts are all about, or should be all about, and he's part of a big practice and they do all this stuff for them. And I'm sure that they're already thinking about this stuff, but they're reaching people who are likely to have hand injuries because that's their avatar. So my point is, the clearer you get, the easier all of your marketing efforts are going to become. I promise you that that's true. So take the time, and I'm even giving you free tools to take the time. So let me just get rid of this guy, and then I just want to show you what we're dishing out this week. So this is the Perfect Practice Member 100, and if you look in the description of this video, you can go to the link and grab your copy of this. It's going to give you every question that you want to ask to find your perfect practice member. What are the questions you need to have answered, that you need to ask yourself and you need to answer for yourself to make sure that you're finding your perfect practice member? And then when you do, you'll know exactly what to do with them. You'll know what to say to them. So these are some questions. The first thing I want you to do with this is I want you to grab a highlighter and just print it out first when you get it. Print it out, grab a highlighter, and highlight the questions that you want to hone in on. So, who does she resent? Why does she resent them? Who are her body workers? How often does she see them? What are her favorite sounds? So really, people have favorite sounds? Yes, they do. And then those are the sounds that you have in the background when you're doing your live videos. You guys get how this works? What are her colors? What colors really resonate with her? I like bright, happy colors. Chances are my avatar is going to too. Does she have intimacy issues? What's the first thing she thinks in the morning? What's sitting on her bedstand? These are the questions that we need to ask. So what you want to do is you want to go to the link below this video. You want to grab this PDF. You want to print it out. And then on the next page, you're going to list out all of the answers to the questions that you highlighted. You get it? Okay. So let me get rid of this. Here's the thing, okay? There's never been a better time in the history of our lives to be a great practitioner because the world needs great care yesterday. So best for you to suit up and show up and speak up to your perfect practice member. Go get them and let me know if you have any questions.